High-altitude object shot down near Lake Huron on Sunday. This is number 4, the fourth time in just over a week that the U.S. military has taken down objects in North American airspace. On Saturday, an object was taken down actually flying in Canadian airspace. That became a joint authorization. President Biden authorized the use of military jets from our fleet to take this particular, whatever they're calling it, not balloon,
unidentified
flying object is what it is, down. And then Prime Minister Trudeau actually gave the order since it was over the Canadian airspace. This was part of the Northern Air Command's first time the Northern Air Command has actually, since its founding, actually utilized weaponry at a target.
The big question is, what are these things? The first one was obvious. They said very specifically, very early, this is a Chinese-run spy balloon. Okay, I think we can all wrap our heads around what that is and what that means. They said it was here to collect data, and they were going to shoot it down when it was safe. And they didn't say that. Eventually, they had to shoot it down when it was safe. Now we've had multiple. Either they went out, they couldn't find it, or they go out and they shoot down these things, whether that's in all over North America, really, at this point.
Yep.
And that was over Alaska. That was over Canada. They had over Lake Huron, as you said, and then they've had some others where they've just gone out to take a look. The odd part is that we aren't getting answers. We had answers very quickly the first time around what this was. I think people were able to kind of go, okay, well, that makes sense. China would be sending a spy balloon towards us. That kind of fits their MO. But yesterday, this was from the NORAD press briefing. Here was when finally pushed on it. Here was the question that was asked and the answer.
Because you still haven't been able to tell us what these things are that we are shooting out of the sky, that raises the question, have you ruled out aliens or extraterrestrials? And if so, why? Because that is what everyone is asking us right now.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Helene. I'll let the intel community and the counterintelligence community figure that out. I haven't ruled out anything at this point. We continue to assess every threat or potential threat unknown that approaches North America with the attempt to identify it.
And that was from General Glenn Van Herrick, who is a commander of the United States Northern Command and the North American Aerospace Defense Command. Obviously, we're not throwing up the red flag here saying this is aliens, this is extraterrestrials, but it is a bizarre time when they can't even say it's not.
The jets are going up to identify these objects. They can't figure out what what's propelling the object.
Yeah.
The propulsion is not clear, and they describe them differently. Some say octagon, some say more cylinder in shape.
Yeah, some say very specifically not what the Chinese spy balloon was. Now, there is a lot of theories that what's happening now is we weren't even really checking. We weren't really checking that level of airspace and to see what really is up there. Now that we are, all of a sudden we're going, oh no, look, they're everywhere. The first one we saw images, we saw video of them recovering it. It was very clear and detailed of what it was, why it was a threat, why it was not a threat to certain areas, and what it was doing. Now we've seen these others, and they've specifically kind of come out. Sometimes they've said they're balloon. A lot of times they don't use the word balloon. And it's being much cagier with what actually is happening here. You also worry that this is a bunch of nothing, and as a lot of people have said, that this is just a giant distraction.
Well, look what you've not heard about. You haven't heard about Hunter Biden's laptop. You haven't heard about
documents. Make you feel good about the Biden administration. It makes you feel like that we've had all these things flying over us, and it's a mess, and people worry about air travel. They worry about a lot of things.